How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. As always, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. It helps out, means a ton. You guys get plenty of fun stuff, not just Kaiju number 8. Feels good to say that again. We cover plenty of manga on the channel. So stick around, check it out, see if anything else catches your interest. But with that being said, we got to get into it because we have chapter 55 of Kaiju number 8 today. After being gone for like a month, we're finally back. I am a day late on the review. I apologize. I am in the middle of a winter storm. Well, on the back end of a winter storm. That's why I'm doing this now, because during it, I was basically in and out of power constantly. So, yeah, kind of difficult to get anything done, have any kind of lighting at all. Yeah. So, anyway, here we are, unfortunately a day late, but anyway, let's get to it. So, we start chapter 55 with a direct callback to the beginnings of chapter 1, with the disposal crew disposing of the ant kaiju after the battle, just like they were disposing of the big old giant kaiju that Mina blew the back out of during chapter 1. Only difference is Kafka is not there anymore. But the main, like, scraggly haired dude, Toku, I think his name is, yeah, he is still there, and one of the guys is telling him that using the heat chainsaws feels like a waste of time and money because they're not even getting through the bones or whatever. This is exactly how chapter 1 began. Kafka was sitting there with the heat chainsaw trying to go through it, and he's like, the heat chainsaw isn't even working. That, or did he call for a heat chainsaw because something else wasn't working? I gotta go back and check now, hang on. Okay, we're back, and I double checked, and I'm really glad I did because this is a nice little bit of detail. In the first chapter, Kafka was not using a heat chainsaw. Whatever he was using was not good enough, so he called for a heat chainsaw because the bones were too tough for what he was using. In this chapter, they're already using the heat chainsaw, but even that isn't enough to get through the bones and whatnot this time. So this little detail actually goes and shows us the difference in the power of the kaiju that we're dealing with. Back in chapter 1, even though that was a pretty powerful kaiju, it was able to be taken care of with the heat chainsaw. Now, their carcasses are so durable, even the heat chainsaw isn't going to work, so they have to hack at the joints, take them back to the bunker, and break them down there. So we can actually see the difference in durability, scale, power, these kinds of things. I like that. That's really good attention to detail. Anyway, one of the other guys starts talking about what they're going to do now that Isao's gone. A bunch of people are leaving the country, worried about the next cataclysm and all this kind of stuff, and shouldn't they be the next ones to leave? Toku comes back and says that no, they're not going to leave. Why would they leave? If they leave, who's going to break down the carcass when the defense force takes out number 9? Then he starts thinking to himself about how the defense force isn't going to take this line down. Isn't that right, Kafka? So this is when we finally cut back to the defense force themselves. We have Shinomiya training and sparring against platoon leader Shinonome, the lady with the big old minigun. Yeah, turns out one of her specialties, or her specialty, is gaining combat when she needs it. Gaining distance when she needs it in combat. That's why she's able to use that big unwieldy minigun so well out on the battlefield. But Narumi pipes up about how he's bored, and he's wondering when Shinomiya's going to get to a point where he can fight her himself. So he tells her that every platoon leader in Division 1 is capable of becoming a captain one day. If she can defeat all of them within 1 month, the amount of time it's going to take him to beat the game that he's playing, then she will prove that she's worthy. If she can't do that, then she's not the level of prodigy necessary, and this is basically, all gonna come to an end, and he's just gonna ship her back to Mina and be like, alright, you can have her back, I don't want her anymore, I guess, I'm not sure. Either way, Shinomiya and Shinonome continue to spar, while Hasegawa comes in and kicks Narumi off of his seat like he tends to do, and tells him that he needs to get to work himself, because the fate of Kaiju number 8 lies solely on Captain Narumi. Now, I wonder if this means Captain Narumi is the next Director General, or if he carries a interim Director General position until there's a full election process, or however they officially, formally decide who is next, unless the First Division captain just formally, officially becomes the next one. If it is just a direct chain of command and everybody just moves up one position at this point, possibly, I have no idea. Either way, the decision about what to do with number 8 does fall on Narumi. So he and Hasegawa end up getting a call or whatever, and they go over. Kafka is strapped up to all these devices, machines, whatnot, and they talk about how his kaijuification is progressing, and there's a little bit of him that is not reverting back to human. So I actually brought up the idea that this was possibly him degenerating, disintegrating, I don't know what you want to call it, but I didn't know if those were like his kaiju scale skin thing, whatever, I don't know. Or if that was like looking at muscle fibers underneath the skin, like his skin was gone right there, like he was going away. I didn't know, but turns out this is kaijuification. We have clarification. Kaijuification, clarification. Okay, anyway, yeah, this part can't turn back, so they're theorizing that he will possibly become more and more of a kaiju over time and eventually not be able to turn back into a human at all. So we cut over and Kaiju is sitting up there on a rooftop somewhere, something, I don't know, on a bench, and he's looking down at his hand, thinking about the fact that they must have found out about it, thinking about how he's wondering whether or not they'll let him keep fighting, how he doesn't want to see his comrades hurt, thinking about Chino Maya, thinking about how he wants to take down number 9, he has to take down number 9. This is when Narumi comes up and sits down beside him and starts talking to him, telling him that they can't let him continue to be a part of the defense force. He should surely know why at this point. The fact that he is a kaiju, he is becoming a kaiju, but he turns it around and says he doesn't care about any of that. He needs Kafka to lend him his power. Only they, the people that were out there on the battlefield with Isao that day, understand the burden that they share. And we get this beautiful, awesome color page of Kafka and Narumi while Narumi's telling him to lend him his power. That was absolutely beautiful. That was awesome and great to see on this chapter back after a month. And this chapter is also like, what, 29 pages, something like that? Yeah, it was pretty big, pretty awesome chapter. So yeah, Kafka tells them that of course he is ready and willing because Isao was the person who, against everybody else's opposition, gave him a chance, gave him a shot to get to the point that he's trying to reach, the level that he wants to get to. So of course, Kafka's in and Kafka is ready to go. So Narumi tells him to come with him because it's the defense force's turn to strike back. This is when we cut back over to the Tachikawa base, and Narumi is here. Now, yes, I know I said Hoshina returns. I get it, we have seen him. We saw him, like, at the funeral and whatnot. But this is, like, Hoshina is back doing stuff. Hoshina is back, like, in the series. This is awesome. I love Hoshina. He's still my favorite character so far. And yeah, this is absolutely hype. So we see him sitting there talking like, oh, you're finally awake. You must have had a really nice nap. You had a long one, didn't you? Kaiju number 10. And we see Kaiju number 10's head with the spine just floating in the fluid. And yes, Kaiju number 10 is in fact still alive. This was, well, not even entirely up in the air. We never saw him die. He still had the head there and whatnot, but I don't know. Either way, yeah. He is there, Hoshina is back, and Hoshina is trying to get down to business. He's trying to make some plans, he's trying to figure some stuff out. This is part of why I love Hoshina. It's not just how cool he is, it's not just how badass he is, it's not just the funny, goofy side of him. There's also the mental side. He's always trying to figure out the next piece of the puzzle. He's always trying to look deeper into things. He had that hunch about Kaiju number 8 and Kafka, and he just got disarmed by Kafka. But he's always sitting there, always looking deeper, always trying to see all of the details, and I absolutely love it. So yeah, I can't wait to see where that goes. That was a wonderful reveal that I did not expect to see at the end of the chapter. More so the Hoshina bit than the Kaiju number 10 bit. Honestly, yes, Hoshina's back. I'm so excited. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the chapter. I hope you enjoyed the review. Like I said, I apologize for being a day late. But either way, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And I'll see you guys next time. I'm out.